Hi guys, today I want talking about the next subject in ASP.NET. So for today, what I want talking about is about what is the REST and RESTful, what is ASP.NET Web API. So 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 let's go fix this. So let's go. Uh, and REST or RESTful. REST and RESTful are a little bit different. So the REST is the representational state transfer, okay, in the software architecture style with defined by a set of constants to be used in for creating web service. Okay, so the RESTful, okay, it's the junction of all of these. Okay, so um, between the interoperability which exists in the REST in web service and the internet systems, okay, computer systems and of course the internet. So this is the web service and REST, okay. So what meanings of the RESTful and what RESTful allows or permits or can we do with this? So web service allow the requesting systems, okay, to access and make a textual manipulation in the representations of represented by resource in the web. Okay, so it's kind another kind of web service. We have, for example, the swap. Okay, and of course it's a protocol to create a service-oriented architecture in different way, but another approach to do the same. So this is the 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 description based in the Wikipedia source. Okay, another uh, is like the same. It's from the RESTful API.NET, where tell us what is the representational state transfer, and more or less the same. It's architectural style for distributed premedia systems. At first presented by Rolling Fielding. I hope the name is correct spelled. And in 2000 in the famous dissertation. So let's go what the RESTful API talking about this so and let's see something about this in the REST API tutorial. I will put this link also in the source of this video and in the description of the video to you to you read about more and understand all this about REST and RESTful and swap versus, for example, REST APIs and so on, so on, so on. So this is this, for example, what is REST? REST, I said before, this, okay. So to given the REST exists 6 rules, okay. So the rules are described here. So it's a good idea you read to understand what is the REST, RESTful, and so on, so on, the resource methods. Okay, here I want to introduce for example, the Web API, ASP Web API. Okay, is the HTTP is not just for serving web page, but more than that. So it's possible create, like I said before, service using the HTTP protocol, and of course give to the systems more interoperability between the communication in your machine and so on. So Microsoft creates the ASP.NET Web API. You can create the REST, your REST representation, and of course RESTful web service, and using that. Okay, so guys, return to RESTful and see that resource methods. What are the resource methods? Of course, is the HTTP itself, the get, the put, the post, and delete. Okay, this is the most common methods used in the RESTful representation. Okay, and of course represented by the path and so on, so on. And here, interesting, REST and HTTP are not the same. Okay, so don't forget, read a little bit more and understand why. I will return to this subject, but now let's go to the code and try create a web API to represent, for example, for us the users. To create, for example, this, I will create again. Okay, so guys, to create this API, you see here, this is the web API. Okay, the API control is the web API. I will use it in this. Okay, don't forget, use the API in version 2 is the API controller. To do this and create, for example, a user control, okay, like it's two. What this API permits or does is retrieve a list of users and a single user. Like here, you see this is the resource methods. Okay, the get, for example, to by this path you get the user, for example, the file. Okay, don't forget the post to create a user, the put to update the user, the delete to delete the user. I use a static list. Okay, and of course I make the instance of that list with two users, the Pedro and of course user model, Pedro and margins. Okay, like you see here in the administration area, I will create the user and API to use this. So this is all the users. For example, to make this, for example, we will return the list of the users, for example. Okay, this return this list here. So this is to the single, and of course add and so on, so on. Do you try this? It's very simple. Okay, so it's so simple than that. For example, it's the loading, and we must waiting a little bit. Let's go. So let's see here. So now we will see the API. Don't forget, and we see here all the API user, the get, the all the users. Okay, this is a representation state of all the users, but returns all the rest full operations. Retrieve all the users, retrieve a single user, retrieve create a user, update a user by ID, and delete the user by ID also. So for example, in this particular case, to get the user, it's so simple than API users, for example, and give me the users. You see here, to create is for example, to get the user one, I did this, so the user one. Okay, is this more than one? Yeah, it's right. You see here. So I fix this. So now it's only one. Okay, let's go do this. And of course, so we will return the single user in the get, like I said before, here. Okay, and the post is more or less the same, but now let's go the API slash user slash one. Okay, so this is the user one. So guys, this is very easy to do, and I will, for example, imagine create another, like for example another, it's in this way. The for example, in your area or in your controller, you create a new, for example here, administration area. I want in the controls, I want a new control, but this control is the, sorry, so this is the control. I will choose Web API, for example, with Entity Framework, Web API empty, Web API with read-write operations, and this is for Web API and all data. I will talk this in the future. So I will create this new, and of course, I have the users. So now what I want is the members. For example, to retrieve the member in the membership. So now see here, this is the web API for member. Okay, so now the first thing I must want is the member. Okay, imagine this in the database. I want a member, create a member model. Okay, so generate this new model. So after that, I will make a static class to, for example, not a static class, but a static list, sorry. A static list, for example, with all the members I want. It's only to try make a simulation between the code and database, of course. So list of members. Okay. So this is a list of the members, and of course, in the constructor, I will instance, sorry, I will CTOR. Don't forget, it's easy to generate your objects. So now in the members, I will instantiate this in the controller, and of course, this is my users, my members, sorry, and add, for example, I will add two new users or more than, but only need two. So this is one, and now another user, another, sorry, model member. You see here, so now I will, for example, one ID, it's like your, in your database, you have ID field, so I put ID here, and now another, for example, for the member, I will create the name, and of course, I will generate the properties, and for this, I will put the name, it's Pedro itself, and I generate also the value of this, and now I will put here, but another case, I will use also a user in the new user Okay, so it's only to show you user model. I want to show you this ID is so easy in .NET. Sometimes do something, and using Visual Studio is so easy for us generate the code and create code. It's very easy. Don't forget. If you have some doubts, ask me and I will help you. And of course, the don't forget the subscribe channel and only a question of time to fix this, and after that I will create another based in this. So now guys, I will put these two members and okay, okay, good. So now this is the code to create these two users. If you don't know this, this is the way we can instantiate a list. It's very easy, okay, to create a list for this. So now I will return the members in the list. Okay, this is the members. Okay, I will return the members. Okay, so guys, is for the other operations I won't need to do the same thing. Like for example, I showed you before, use this to retrieve the get and use the same logic. For example, here I will use the members and retriever, for example, the a member model, okay, and use this. Okay, for the post, don't forget is if you want to create a post, you must, of course, in this particular case, I will add to the members a static list, but you must, for example, save in your database and of course show the message to your front office. Say, okay, I created. Okay, so the put is, don't forget, is the same. Okay, it's so easy program and create REST in um, web API and it's it's very easy. Okay, so member's name, I will change a little bit this. Sometimes if you generate your code, it's good practice to create the internals for your set properties. So Visual Studio do this by default. It's possible also you change this, okay, but don't forget you must, here is the member, I retrieve the member from the list, so this is the member and of course not the members. So now this to this and this to the other, and make, for example, update to list and so on, so on, so on. And of course, is more the same. To the delete is, in this particular case, we retrieve the user, and of course we delete the user. Okay, so in this I will delete the members. Okay, so I remove the member. Okay, from here. Don't forget, it's very easy to do API, and if I run again the code, we will see all the RESTful operation to this member. And of course, you using your front-end application or your mobile device and or in another systems you have. So it's very easy, and you see here now the your help to the API, and this is for the user, this is for the member. And of course, if you see in the member, you have the member itself and the user, because a member have a user. Okay, in future I will present to you the higher in database, and making a presentation about these relations, and of course the class mapping, and so on and so on and so on. So for today, I hope you like this video, you share it with your friends, and subscribe the channel, and of course put a thumbs up, and see you soon.